Thanks, Steve. Today we will meet Bill Hesch. Bill is both an attorney and a CPA. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Debbie, it's great to be here. Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you, and I've known you for several years and found it interesting that you were an attorney and a CPA all at the same time. Tell us a little bit more about your business and what you do.
That's great. I manage my law firm and my CPA firm in Oakley Square. I'm also a personal financial specialist, which is a CPA that specializes in financial planning. 25 years ago, I was one of the first 400 CPAs in the country that got certified as a PFS. Today, there's only 50 CPAs that are PFSs in a 50-mile radius of Cincinnati, and it's a reflection of a CPA that works with typically the baby boomers and helping them with their financial planning and retirement planning.
Great. How do you help your CPA and law firm clients?
Well, it's one of the things that we really do is we work with clients on two of their biggest fears in life, death and taxes. My CPA firm helps my clients save taxes as well as help them have some peace of mind and not being afraid of the IRS. Secondly, my law firm then works with clients on their estate plan. With the estate plan, we try to focus on who gets what and when. And so when we do that with an estate plan, we have a good will and a trust that we put together. We also have a durable power of attorney, a health care power of attorney, and also a living will. And we find that clients have more peace of mind when they're dealing with their estate plan in order to transfer the property to their heirs. And sometimes we find that they really do need a trust in their estate plan.
Why do you think clients need a trust?
Well, there's really 5 major problems that we really can focus on, that the problems that can arise out of transferring wealth to your family, that these problems may cause you to roll over in your grave if you don't deal with them. I think the first problem is that we tend to find that when people inherit money, statistically, 90% of the money is spent the first year. You see this with lottery winners, that usually, I kind of joke that when I die, my kids are not going to hit the lottery, that I have a trust that's going to protect my kids, that they're not going to just be spending the money in the first year. So that's one thing that we do, is try to control the spending that may happen. Secondly, we find that when you have a trust, that you might have the wrong heirs sometimes, that there may be a second spouse that arises, or it may be stepchildren, or there may be a friend that unduly influences someone that is in the nursing home. So a trust is there to try to protect who gets the property. So we provide that upon the death of your children, for example, that the assets will go to your grandchildren and not to some wrong heirs. The third issue that can come up is that you may make bad investments. I think a lot of lottery winners go bankrupt, not just from the reckless spending, but also from making bad investment choices. And the purpose of a trust is to control the property and have investment advisors and a trustee control the investment decisions so that you can hopefully avoid some bad investments. Another thing that we really find is prevalent in the country is 1 out of 8 families are affected by alcoholism. So the other thing that we try to do is we use a trust to control the fact that the heirs will not use the money to feed their drug or alcohol problem. So if a family is concerned about that, we use a trust to try to protect basically the child or a relative that is inheriting the money, that the money won't feed their addiction. I think lastly, one thing that people talk about, but and it happens at times, is as far as the asset protection. If you put property in a trust and it's properly managed, then the creditors of the heirs will not be able to get the money out of the trust. So that's another really good tool for a trust, that it provides asset protection to your family.
Lots of good reasons.
Well, you put all these reasons together, and I think that's why it's really important to look at a trust, and particularly we've got changes in the tax laws that are happening. Ohio and the federal law is changing January 1 of 2013. There will be some new tax rules in place. From a federal standpoint, if you have high wealth, you may want to be doing some estate tax planning in 2012. It becomes very important to work with your attorney, your CPA, your financial advisor, to see whether or not there's some tax strategies that you should be implementing this year before the end of the year. In addition, then, there's also the end of the year changes that is going to cause, I think, a need for everybody to look at what they're doing with their estate and make sure that they got everything covered when the new law takes effect January 1.
quickly tell us about some of the achievements that you've received, the awards that you've received.
I've been very fortunate that as a CPA attorney and a financial planner, I have a unique perspective. From a CPA perspective, I was a former tax partner at a Big Four accounting firm. From an accounting perspective, I was a CFO at a $70 million privately owned company. So I've got some unique experience to go with my education to help me be a really good advisor to my clients. I've been very fortunate being an entrepreneur, running managing my business and getting recognized in the Emerging 30 over the last year, as well as a leading lawyer in the trust and estate area.
Wonderful. How can prospective customers find out more information about you?
The best thing to do is to check my websites, Hesch Law and Hesch CPA. In addition, on Channel 9 we have Law.tv, where I've given answers to over 300 questions on video in the estate planning area, asset protection, wills and trust, probate administration, and elder law planning. So that's a good place to get some quick answers to some questions.
Great. Thanks, Bill, for giving us so much great information today. We'll be right back after this break.
Most elderly worry about qualifying for Medicaid and do not want all of their money to go to the nursing home. Plan your estate now while you can with me, Bill Hesch, an attorney, CPA, and financial planner. Contact me at heschlaw.com. Most people die without proper financial or estate planning, causing emotional and financial strain on their family. Plan your estate now while you can with me, Bill Hesch, an attorney, CPA, and financial planner. Contact me at heschlaw.com.